this is Amanda Baker, and Amanda and I met just the other night.
That's right.
At the Monterey Peninsula Chamber of Commerce mixer over at the Portola Hotel. She was sitting at the table I was sitting at, and you had some friends that you knew and I knew, and in fact, my third-hour guest was at the table as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
And so we met, and I said to Amanda, Amanda, would you like to be on the show Sunday night? Because I got a cancellation this morning. Wendy called me and said, Gary, you need a guest for Sunday night. And I said, well, I'll be over at the mixer. I'll find somebody. And I found Amanda. But nice to have you here. And she is with the Floor Store USA here in Monterey. She's the project manager, and she loves helping people find the best option for their home design needs. That's her thing. She collaborates with designers, architects, contractors, and homeowners, and that's where her passion lies. And she brought some samples tonight that we have here on the table. Take a look at this, Dylan. We've got carpet. And we've also got linoleum. And I didn't even know the story about linoleum until Amanda started talking to me about linoleum. And see, linoleum now is, in the old days, they used to call linoleum vinyl. But now people want everything to be green. So this is not really vinyl, it's real linoleum.
True. Yes, exactly. So vinyl is plastic, one simple way of saying it. Where this is made of, it's completely green product. It's got linseed oil, wood flour, jute, pigments. It's completely green. So sustainable, if you will. Yeah. And that's important to a lot of people.
And it lasts a long time.
It lasts a very long time. This could be 30, 40-year floor.
Yeah.
I
remember.
And a lot of people don't, a big thing in flooring now is LVP. You'll hear that term a lot. That's luxury vinyl planks. It's a very big rage. People buy a lot of it. But a lot of people don't necessarily want to have the plastic and what it does, to the environment and that kind of thing. And they want to go with something green.
So that's where this comes in now. And what brand is this?
This is called Marmoleum.
Marmoleum.
So it's made by Forbo.
Okay.
And
all Greek to me.
It's also where you can get color. So many of the other flooring types, the LVP, that kind of stuff, it's a lot of beige, grayish, and beige. So if you want a bright yellow floor, or you want, aqua, or even something more sedate, but something a little more interesting.
Okay, so what's in today? This kind of architecture, so to speak, it goes in and out. We were talking before we came back on the air about how today now carpet's kind of going out, and hardwood floors, or whatever you call that, are taken over. You go into buildings, apartments, everything today, no more carpet.
Well, it's kind of an interesting mix. So where we live, having a lot of gray, cool days, we still do a fair amount of carpet.
Okay, well, I would think now.
Yeah.
For me now,
it's cozy.
I would not want a hardwood floor in my bedroom.
Yeah.
I would want carpet.
Well, the funny thing is, even when we do sell hardwood floors, and we do sell a lot of hardwood floors, the real big rage in hardwood floors now is European oak, French oak, wide planks, long planks. That's very, very popular. It's a trend that will probably be with us for a long time. It's what you would see in an old chateau in Europe.
Okay.
It's very beautiful. But many times when I sell those floors, I will sell a fun area rug to put on top. So
Dylan, go back to the tight shot on this right here.
There's just some fun. These are wool carpets where you can
hold it right here so Dylan can get a shot of it. Now this is wool.
This is wool.
And what is this called?
It's actually called, it's a line called Shagtastic.
Shagtastic.
Yep. And you can actually pick these yarn colors. Oh. So if you had a magenta wall. We could put a magenta thread of wool in here.
Great. And this is wool carpet.
This is 100% wool. So
Okay.
again, part of the green story. A lot of times people don't want nylon or polyester. They want green, and wool is green. It's a sheared thing off of the sheep.
Beautiful. And this looks like it would last forever.
Forever.
Very
This
thick.
will be around when we're gone.
Yeah. Well, when I'm gone, for sure.
And
Now,
you can, you know,
this reminds me, years ago, there used to be a thing called shag carpet.
that's right.
Is this kind of like a takeoff on old shag carpet?
It sort of, in kind of a new twist. So this is called felted wool.
Felted wool.
So this is where they take this big yarn. This is a big cable yarn here,
Yeah.
and it's felted wool. So it's a very expensive version of a shag carpet. So let's just give you an example. An 8x10 could run you about $4,000.
Oh,
so
my
this is not
goodness.
inexpensive carpet. You can pick your yarns again. You could do
There they are.
pick gray. You could pick blue. You could pick whatever color you want to
But
make
this in a room would knock people out. I mean, you walk into a room with this, and they go, "Oh my goodness!"
Yeah, yeah.
beautiful.
It's a statement piece.
Yeah, it is. That's the word. Statement piece.
It's a statement piece, and I've made many of them from this company. They're beautiful.
Who makes this?
This is made by a company called Unique here in California.
Okay.
And they make these in California, so they have the yarn here, and they make them to order. So I work with a client. We design a carpet. We design the colors. We
And then
do a
you-
custom size,
okay,
and
now-
it's made for them.
Does this have to have a pad underneath?
Yeah, most likely. So your back, your primary back is going to be rough.
Okay.
And so you would put a
So
pad
you want
underneath.
a pad underneath to kind of give it a little cushion.
Yeah, because most people are going to put this on a beautiful hardwood floor.
Okay.
So you want to protect that floor with a padding.
Now,
And-
is there area carpet with this? Would you have a hardwood floor and then put this in an area?
You could. Are you talking about like an inset
Yeah,
area?
kind of an inset, maybe
Sure.
under a coffee table
Sure.
or something.
Yep, you could do that, absolutely. I mean, the sky's really the limit. I mean, that's the thing. Flooring doesn't have to be boring. There is so much to it. There's so much color. There's so much interest. It doesn't have to be beige cut pile.
Yeah.
There's so many interesting and fun things you could do. People don't even realize it. Here's another colorway of that.
Beautiful.
Different yarn. You know, this is gray
Yeah,
and
that's
ivory. And,
great.
you know, I mean, I have hundreds of these examples.
Making me want to go remodel right now.
Another really popular flooring type that we do a lot with is sisal. So this is
Sisal.
sisal. It's, again, a natural material. It's plant.
Uh-huh.
And woven into many different designs, many
It's
different
still
colors.
right there, and we'll put it on that
Yep.
camera. Okay.
Yep.
Sisal.
Very popular. Very popular. We make a lot of area rugs out of it.
Goodness gracious. I'm learning so much here tonight.
Yep. It has a cousin called seagrass. We can do that wall to wall. I do a lot of it. You could, the sky's the limit. You could do runners. You could put runners on stairs. Really anything, you know, it's really just your imagination. I mean,
Amanda is a pro. She has 20 years of experience in the San Francisco Design Center before settling down here on the Monterey Peninsula to find her niche in flooring. So she is what you call the expert. How do they find you?
So, what just kind of happened, I was talking to a colleague, and he was retiring, and so I've been doing this a long time on the peninsula,
Right.
so I have a reputation,
Well, that's good.
a good one. And so I met Teresa and Terry Ream.
Yes,
Who
we were
I-
talking about Teresa, who I met many years ago at PWN.
Yep. And I fell in love with them and their vision. And they wanted to bring more of a designer-driven, some of the skill set I have of my background with designers and architects and that kind of clientele to their store. And so we've added a lot of new, all of these things you see I've added to the store. So they had their store in place for 20 plus years, which
Okay.
was a wonderful store. But I just
Now
added
you've
things
come
to it.
in, and how long have you been with them at this
I've
store?
been with them now over a year.
Year,
So,
okay.
but I've been doing this for
Yeah,
a
you've been
very
doing
long
it.
time.
It's obvious you've been doing it a long time because she knows what she's talking about. But here's the deal. most people don't think about doing this unless they meet somebody like you.
Yeah.
And then they say, you know what? It's how long have we had, honey, this in here?
Yeah.
And I think it's time for a little change.
A little fresher.
Right? Isn't it that usually what they do? And then they call Amanda. She goes over and looks and because she's got the designer background, she makes the suggestion as to what you should do.
Absolutely. If our clients don't have a designer of their own,
Yeah.
I certainly have a myriad of thoughts and ideas, and
You just throw it out and say, well,
Yep.
what do you think about this or this
Yep.
or this?
and we work.
Time for an upgrade.
That's right. That's right. And I really love helping people. They come into the store and helping with their vision. Sometimes they get overwhelmed. There's
Yeah.
so many choices and so many things. And my job is to narrow it down and help them. Don't get overwhelmed. Have some fun with it. It can be fun. Don't stress out about it. The flooring is the foundation to your home.
It is.
So it will start your story of your home, and a beautiful floor can transform a home.
Okay, now here's the question. How many years, really, should someone wait to do a little remodel in their home? Is it do it every 5 years? Do it every 10 years? Do it every 15 years? I mean, come on, after 20 years, if you haven't done anything to your home, don't you think it's time to do a little remodel?
Sure. And, I think that's a great question, by the way. The thing is, also, if you pick kind of a classic look, it won't go out in 5 years. So I'm sure you've heard of, everybody went to gray everything, and they picked gray walls, gray, and it was gray. And gray's kind of out now.
There you go.
So it's really picking some timeless looks also that could last you 10 to 15 years because it is costly.
Yeah.
So it's picking.
Takes time to and one of the things that some people have always said to me is, well, I don't want to go through all of that remodel
Hassle,
stuff.
sure.
And I've always said, well, if you're going to do any remodel, this is just Gary speaking. Go get a hotel and go stay in a hotel while you're doing the remodel. Don't
Yep.
try and live in the house when you're doing the remodel.
Yeah.
That's chaos.
It is. It truly is. We joke in the industry, your marriage survived a remodel. It's stressful.
It is
It's definitely stressful.
because you got the workmen in your space and you're up and down and moving furniture and come on.
Yep. If you have the luxury not to be amongst all of that, yes, it would be wonderful.
Well, it is a luxury, but
Yeah.
save your pennies and
That's
put them
right.
into the hotel fund.
That's
if you're
right.
going to do the remodel, add that on to the cost of the remodel.
Yep.
That's my tip.
It's a good tip.
Thank you so much, Amanda, for
It's
being
an
here tonight.
absolute pleasure.
And we want Teresa now. You
Yes.
go tell Teresa.
I will.
She promised me a long time ago she was going to come and be on this show.
And she's wonderful.
I know she is. And she also has a home over in Clovis,
Yeah.
which is where I lived.
That's right.
Until I got here on the peninsula
Yep.
years ago. Actually, Fresno.
Yeah. And, she's a speaker and she's
I
an
know
author,
she's a
and
busy lady.
She has.
But we got to get her on this
Yeah.
show.
I will talk to her.
She reminds me of Melanie Schur, who has Snip Bus. I tried for a year and a half. I finally got Melanie on this show. And now I'm working on Teresa because it's been 2 years trying to get Teresa on the show.
I will talk to her. I don't see any reason why she wouldn't. I'm sure
Well,
she'd
you
be
tell her
delighted.
Gary said he's got to have you.
I will.
Got to get you on Monterey on tonight, Teresa. Come on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here.